Hello to our Body, Mind, and Soul Connections Network. It's wonderful to be here with you today. And I'm excited to introduce to you this amazing person who has been in our connection circle. You may have seen his interview there, and now, or his time in connection in the circle. And now this is a time for us to really highlight Vinaya. Vinaya, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here.
Thank you. I'm happy. Yes.
If you would do a bit of one of the things we love in our Body, Mind, and Soul Connections Network is to really find out who is this amazing person that is here. And I know that all of us have this story, this journey, and each one's so unique. And so I would like to just really, in this time together, just really celebrating who you are, letting this spotlight shine onto Vinaya and hear you share about who you are and what brings you to this place.
Well, somewhat I have to laugh when you ask me, who am I? That's a good question. I'm still trying to figure that out. I have an idea, but in this world, I'm Vinaya. And just a little bit about how I got to where I'm at right now is when I was 21, somewhere in that neighborhood, I really understood that even though I wasn't really conscious about it, that we are very unique and that I do not fit into the German box. So off I went to India and tried to figure out who is this being, right? And it took me like 20 years. I found a master, worked inside, got rid of my programs, even though actually not rid of it. I mean, they're still there, but when they come up, it's like, my father is speaking. It has nothing to do with me, so I can check it off. And I don't need to play that game. Anyhow, so I really became myself without any inhibitions and being absolutely content on my own. So I suddenly can relate to everybody on a deeper level. And at the same time, since I was 16, I was a crystal freak and always had somewhat a different perspective or different vision of like where people are at. And suddenly it came with the help of the crystals I get, that I can use this combination of crystals and my insights and my ability to connect deeply to help people on the path, to help people to be more like me. I mean, not like me, but like having a life of celebration and really enjoying everything. And when I heard the title Body, Mind, Spirit, I remember the incident in India like 40 years ago or what, I don't remember, where a French guy said that everything comes like diseases, for example, everything comes out of the mind. And if we heal the mind, then we're good. So I took that as a rule for starters. And then by and by, actually, I learned that, yeah, but if I do not heal the body, it doesn't matter if my mind is good. So there needs to be both. And then I understood and learned, well, that's also the spirit. If I don't live the life I'm not supposed or wanted to live, and if I'm not really being myself, then no matter what I'm doing with the body and the mind, I'm still not in a place of beingness and happiness and health and abundance and all of that. Yeah, and all these things at one point clicked into place about 30 years ago, and then I started doing crystal readings and gave meditation groups to really make people understand what I understand under meditation, which is not doing anything, it's just beingness, being in the present here and now. And now at 70, it's just besides sitting on the balcony and just enjoying life and being grateful that I'm alive, my second passion is to see that glow in eyes of people when they get remembered or remember why they're actually here and how to get there. And yeah, I hope that answered my question, your question. And yeah, the body, mind, spirit is like really, yes, finally there is a place where people understand that it's not just one thing, it's the whole story. And somewhat for me, the most important one is the beingness. To be in the present, being presence, and trusting myself. Yeah.
Um, definitely a deep peace that comes through as you share that. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Even though I do have moments where I get annoyed and a little bit angry or frustrated or what. And at the same time, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really affect me.
Mm.
And yes, I am at peace, and I wish for everybody to be in that space because why would I live and suffer? What's the point? It's like, no, I live to celebrate and be myself and share my gifts. And yeah, what can I say?
I just know when you spoke that of when you said that of the different sometimes you feel the frustration or the anger, and you mentioned earlier about the whole story that in any great story there is a range of different emotions. So allowing that, yeah, here's the anger that comes up, and then it goes away. So it's really a beautiful way of acknowledging the story. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's also, I always have the choice to be identified with emotions or thoughts or things which are happening in the body. And when I learn to be the observer and not be identified with the pain, then suddenly I'm not in pain. No, there is pain, all right. That's an experience. And it comes and goes. Oh, there is mind chaos. But if I'm not identified with being that,
Mhm. Mhm.
also the emotions, yeah, there's anger, never mind. And it'll go away. But I'm not angry. I'm not really identified with the anger unless I'm unaware. And that happens to me also still. It's like, it seems like I came up, or I heard one time from the 60s, 70s rock and roll, welcome back, my friends, to the road which never ends. I forgot who said that, but I think it was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But this seems to be the truth, except when we step into ourselves, then that road is just fantastic. That's just, whoa.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm curious to know with after sitting on the balcony and just enjoying being. The next piece is seeing that glow in people. What is it that? How do you work with people? Is it and how do people find you? And I know there'll be opportunity for you to put the links down below so people connect with you. How do you work with them? Is it one-on-one? Do you do group? Like what is your way of working with people, Vinaya?
Okay. In general, it's one on one because we are all very different. And what is right for you in this moment is right for me maybe in 2 years. I have other things which are important for me right now. So it's really an individual situation. So when people contact me and want a reading or a coaching, which goes between 4 and 8 weeks normally, it's a one on one thing. And with the reading, for example, what I do is I energetically connect with that person and be a channel. I don't even know how it works, but their higher self, their being talks through me. And I use crystals and a very specific story deck to make things clear and bring light into their path. Why am I here? What are my gifts? How do I get there? How do I relate better to my parents? Or whatever is important for that person to know. And with the coaching, it's basically the same, except that we meet twice a week And I give you homework, meditations, awareness exercises, whatever is important for you in this moment. And yeah, and for 30 years I do this, and people are always just like, wow. And for me, it's amazing to see how just a little awareness can change everything. And they can connect with me through my website or through my Facebook or the other media, social media channels. But the easiest is my website, book a session, and here we go. On top of that, I work with my partner also. She is there, the facilitator, and I'm just a supporting person with 5-MeO DMT retreats for like 7 weeks. I mean, the retreat is only 1 week, but it's with preparation, then 1 week in person where we work very intensely with the person, and then 4 weeks integration, so that it's not just a one moment experience, but changes or brings me awareness into what is important to let go of. And yeah, so these are the 3 things I'm working with people. And when I do festivals, I give meditation courses, and that's one thing I want to do online also, more about Facebook, and also in your group maybe have some 1 week get together every day for half an hour and do a certain meditation and get into the space of wellness, stillness. Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. I love the idea of, the different offerings and the way that you do connect in, and you're working with your partner as well, so it becomes this multi-dimensional aspect of how to support people. Mm-hmm. I'm curious to know also, Vinaya, and I thank you so much for being a part of our connection circle, and now here having your one-to-one interview so that we can really bring that spotlight out and shine it on you. What is it about the body, mind, and soul connections that you feel drawn to? What is it that allow you? You had mentioned that there may be this way that you would love to be able to offer some of the things. What is it about this community that you're feeling drawn to?
Because it has the understanding body, mind, and spirit.
Mm.
Just spirit or body or mind, but the well, some words in English are difficult. Like the the fullness of that,
Mm.
and having the connections with people who understand that, and so we can all work together. Like I'm more on the spiritual side, and maybe you more on the body side, and somebody's more on the mind side. So we can dance together and really make a difference by being ourselves. That's
Thank you. That's almost just simply by everybody just being themselves. That's so profound. Wonderful. Manaya, thank you so much for this time together today and for sharing with our community of your story, the work that you do, and that glow, that glow that radiates from you, as well as what you love to see in people. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for being with us today.
glad I'm honored, and a happy, wonderful, exciting moment every moment to all of you. Oh, I might want to say something quickly. When you mentioned sitting on the balcony, and there would be or is a little meditation I like to share, which is takes 1, 2, 3 minutes, and you can do it once or twice or 3 times a day whenever you think about it. And it's basically where you are, you just close your eyes and you take a few breaths, being aware of the breath, how it goes in and out. And then you open your eyes and you see the beauty and amazingness of everything. Understand that in this moment, everything is provided for you. And then you express your gratefulness to be alive. And in this moment, everything is just perfect. And that gives me at least a really deep gratefulness and appreciation for life, even when I'm not doing that little thing. And I do it once, twice, three, four times a day. I'm just sitting and even inside and just, I have everything. Wow. And I'm alive. Thank you. Yeah, try that out if you would want.
Thank you. What a beautiful guiding, guiding light. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you, Vinaya. Body,
Thank you.
mind, and soul connections, community. Check out this beautiful being. Connect with him. Watch for what he's offering, and look at the links below. Thank you again, Vinaya.
Thank you.